on the website of social media handles of the military.
All right, let's move straight to our final conversation. Greatness in sports is not just measured through talent, but by perseverance, discipline, and inspiration. Such is the story of the rave of the moment in Nigerian and African soccer. In a proud moment for Nigerian football, Ademola Lookman was crowned the Confederation of African Football CAF Player of the Year in Marrakesh, Morocco, marking a significant milestone in his illustrious career. The 27-year-old Lookman, who follows in the footsteps of the 2023 winner Victor Osimhen, noted that the difficult moments have given him the extra strength to perform. Now let's share that moment with you. Wow, beautiful one, beautiful one. So we have our sports analyst with us, Hasalili. Thank you so much for joining us here on Journalist Hangout. But a proud moment for Ademola Lookman, who opened it, his mother tongue Yoruba language. How significant is this?
Very significant. That's the biggest stage, when it comes to African football. Talking about the CAF Awards, you had a FIFA president in attendance. There were other dignitaries as well from other confederations of, football across the globe. So it was all about projecting the African culture, and we know how much of a significance language is when it comes to culture generally across the globe. So it's good to see him start the speech that way, his acceptance speech that way, and it's also good to see that he resonates with the culture, not just in terms of the language, but also the outfits. You talk about, the proper...
Exactly.
Agbada and all of that. So I think it was right on point. The speech as well was inspiring. Talked about how he felt, 4 years ago, had to move from clubs to clubs, and at the end of the day, 4 years after, he's here. So it's all in all, from the cultural standpoint, language, outfit, it's on point. When the speech itself, in terms of the substance, this is also something remarkable.
But first, there were rumors. I was really scared when I was watching yesterday. The rumors that Hakimi might be the one. But let me hear from you. What are your thoughts, Ademola Lookman, winning this?
I didn't have any doubt who was going to. No matter what, even if the CAF president had told me that yesterday, I would have known that it's just a joke. No, because it was obvious that we had a winner. And that became evident months ago. So if you are now going to say a player that many did not reckon with is the winner, then you have a lot of explanation to do. Because it's just too obvious. And the thing I liked about this was even the guy said it himself. He said, 4 years ago I came here, I lost. And he knew what to do. He went to prepare himself. Even when it involved changing clubs and all the rest. And then he had the opportunity. And he has not stopped using it. Not that he only did not misuse it, he has not stopped using the opportunity that he has. Because for a player, everything you have, you must put into every match. Look at Mohamed Salah. They said he has not gotten a contract yet with Liverpool. But every match, he has an assist.
He gives his best. True.
So if it's somebody else, he would have said, okay, you people have not given me a contract now. Why must I put in my best? Even the day he was replaced in one of the... It looked sad. After scoring and giving an assist, it looked sad, like, why am I being taken out? And this is a club that has not given him a renewal.
Exactly.
So that's the kind of spirit that is in Lookman. And if he continues this way, he will retain that trophy.
Exactly. And not just that, not just Ademola Lookman. Nigeria got the Women's National Team of the Year prize. Also, Chiamaka Nadozie also got the Women's Goalkeeper of the Year. But what are your thoughts here? What does this say about Nigerian football, actually?
Well, at this stage, it shows that there's promise.
Promise?
Yeah, promise, because we are so blessed with numerous talents that we can achieve so much. beyond what we've achieved thus far.
Okay.
But it's all about, improving on what we've achieved thus far. And I'll tell you, the African Cup of Nations, it wasn't the best of football, brand of football under Ose Peseiro, but we got to the finals of the African Cup of Nations. Do we have the crop of players to get to the finish line a step further and win the trophy? Why not? The goalkeeping, department was the issue before, but this year's AFCON brought about the emergence of Stanley Nwabali on the scene, and we know now that we have a formidable hand in Nwabali. You can make reference to one or two positions within the defense line, and maybe the midfield as well. But offensively, we have so much, now that we can stand up to any of the African teams and really lay stake to them, as it were. Now, for the women's football as well, we didn't win the last Women's African Cup of Nations, no doubt. In recent times, the dominance has not been there like, the previous days of the Perpetual Culture.
Exactly.
Yes. But we still have the talented players to get the job done. It's all about getting the right preparations in place, the right coaches, and the ladies also, coming to bear. Look at the Women's CAF 11. We had about 4 Nigerians making the best 11. So it shows you that we have the players, the talents are there. It's all about the necessary preparations, administrative issues to sort out, and then we hit stop gear.
Still talking about that, Nigeria has now overtaken Cote d'Ivoire. As a country with the most CAF player of the year. But what does this say about us? You think we're getting better?
Individually, we are.
But as a team?
As a team, we are still failing. Now, for me, I've always said this as somebody who started my journalism on the sports desk. It is not a must for a team to win always. For me, what is a must is for a team to have character always.
True.
When you lose, and I'll go back to our 1994 World Cup experience, when we lost that match to Italy that sent us out, I rated that match far above a 3-0 win over Bulgaria because we had character. We played, and you could see that one error cost us that match. If we had not committed that error, we could have still lost the match, maybe penalty kick or anything, but we would have stretched the Italians to the very end. That's what I like about things. Once you have a man who can put a team together, every country is developing now, especially female football. People are coming up. So as you are trying to develop your own stars, others are developing theirs. So there is more competition. Before, you can predict that Super Eagles wants to play a team, is a walkover. This is a walkover. But these days, you can't have a walkover because everybody is making efforts to have a team. So our team must always have character. Even when we lose, as Nigerians, we should be happy. There are days Super Eagles have lost in those days, especially under West Ham.
Yes.
And we left the stadium singing. We left the stadium waiting for the boys to come out to hail them to go home. That's a team.
So how can we bring back that Westerholt day?
Well, it's difficult to bring back, those days, and for several reasons. One, eras differ, and you would quite understand that the style of football back then has also changed, or it has evolved over time. So we won't have the caliber of players and that physical aspect of the play, or the wing plays, as we call it. All of that has changed now. It's even going past the rhythmic football of tiki-taka, as it were.
Yes.
So, one, we need to have a coach, a substantive coach. And when I say substantive head coach, I'm talking about a coach that will be for probably 4 or 5 years. We can't have a coach for a year, 6 months, and we take them out and all of that. Moreover, we need a proper plan in terms of that. Those who have said we should have an identity. Back in the days, you could tell we deployed wing plays. That was our strength.
Right now,
exactly.
George.
Right now, we didn't see any of that at the AFCON. That's why the fact that we got to a final. The football was effective, but it wasn't pleasing to the fans. So when he made reference to the fact that fans could celebrate the players despite a loss, it was because they could appeal to the brand of football. So there's a whole lot beyond even the tactical aspect of things in terms of coaching, tactical setups and all. Administratively, we need to get it right. What's the state of our domestic football league? As
the local league,
especially for women. You know, we talked about the days where Messi, Akide, Perpetual
Yes.
Kocha and all of them dominated the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yes.
But from the 2015s thereabouts, it has been neither here nor there. We've had, you know, other teams step up to the plate in terms of women's football on the continent. So we need to do more for women's football right here in Nigeria. The league itself, we need to revamp it, make it more attractive.
Exactly.
And more importantly, give the grassroots players the platform needed to express themselves. I think the very right step has been taken by the president by scrapping the Ministry of Sports for Sports Commission.
Yes.
That way, we know we have proper hands leading football matters as against politicians. So it's all about getting it right. Once we have all of these in place, I think our football will thrive further than we expect.
Yes, it's a fine place to leave it. Samson Olady, thank you so much for coming to have this conversation with us. Dr. Oladipo, appreciate you as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And also, we also want to say thank you to Olabisi Diji. She was here earlier, to have this conversation with us. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.